Hello everyone, it's Christine and we're back for our stitch along and we're going to be working on our cast on rose. So if you didn't happen to see yesterday's video, we did the initial work to create the center of the rose in a dark thread and then a lighter or medium colored thread around it to create the petals of the rose using cast on stitch. And today we're going to continue work on the rose and finish it by adding some light colored petals around the outside. So I've got a light coloured pink and I'm going to pop up behind one of my petals. Doesn't really matter which one you pop up behind. So sort of halfway along behind one of the petals from the back where I've got a knot in my thread to hold it there. And then I'm going to, I think, come round about to the halfway point underneath this petal here. And then bring the needle back to that first point where we popped through. Then we want to bring our working thread around and we start the process of doing cast-ons, and we're going to do 19 cast-ons. 1, 2, let me just bring it up so you can see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, sometimes it just gets a bit wobbly, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Okay. Then you want to just straighten them out, make sure they're sitting nicely. And then hold on to your cast-ons with one hand and then pull through with the other. And here's where I just like to make sure it's sitting nicely before I anchor it down. I want to make sure it's sitting the way I want it to be sitting. Sometimes I just want to go a little bit on the twisty side. And you might just have to help them get back into a good little position like that. And then we'll anchor it down where our spot is over here. So I think that's pretty good. And then we're going to pop up inside of that petal that we just made. And then we're going to pop around a bit and pop up, probably from about here, I think. So we want the petals nice and close and tight. I like them looking a bit tighter than the book shows when it shows the spacing. So we're going to do another 19 casts on. Hope you're having a great day or a great evening. Have to keep count as well, 4. 7, 8, 9. Hopefully the counting helps you too if you're doing it. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oops, and we've just over that. Just be careful when you pop them on. If you get one like that overlaps, you'll just want to sort it out before you go onwards. I'll just get a non-pointy needle where I can just pick up the stitch that went too far down and just put it back to where it's meant to be, which is at the end. There we go. I'm just going to make sure these are sitting nicely. Tend to want to just do a bit of twisty around sometimes. It's a very twisty sort of thing. want to just get them so they're all kind of pointing the same way with that upper edge to the extent possible. Okay, hold on to them, pull through, work out any little issues. In this case, I've actually caught on the embroidery hoop metal clasp, but that's okay, we can sort that out. Get them through, give them a little shaping to get them all in the same direction, so you get that nice little petal effect. They're pretty forgiving in the sense that you can massage them a bit if you need to get them where you want them. And then you anchor it down at the point where the thread is already going into the fabric. That's pretty good, I think. And then we're going to pop up inside that one. And then come around a ways. Maybe not quite that far around. Maybe a little bit like that, maybe. Okay, bring our thread over here. And then another 19. Oops, that's 18 and I've just taken it too far down, so we'll use our little needle to move it back up. 18 and 19. Oops, let's get our 19 on. 19, there we go. Then straightening it out, pulling it through, sorting out any twisty ends. Getting them to sit nicely before we anchor them down. So I'll do it. Hopefully you can see on camera. It's a bit hard when they're so small. Twisty, just get them to sit the way I want them to sit, like a nice petal. Oops, that's not my needle. I picked up my detangling needle and thought, why is that not got any thread in it? I'm just going to take that little bit that's meant to be round that way. Again, as I say, just massage them till they're looking just the way you want them to be before you fully position them into the fabric. Now we're going to pop up out through this one. Again, I think I'll end up with more petals around there. Oh, they say 7, so we'll see if we end up with 7 or more. I'm not fussed. I'll just do what I think looks good for the rose. The book is Butter Guide, gets us going, and then we can play around. 1. Oops. Don't want to actually loop the petal though. 1, 2, 17, 18 and 19. Sorry, I'm not very chatty, folks, because I've got to keep counting, otherwise I'll just lose the plot. It's a very concentrated counting stitch tonight, as it was last night as well. But it's giving a rather nice effect, I think. Once you kind of work out where you're positioning your petals, it's not too hard. It's always hard when you're looking at the book and their diagrams aren't always as awesome as they could be. So that's why sometimes you just need to experiment a bit. Okay, and then taking the needle back into the fabric where the thread already is. And we're going to pop up inside that petal, so we're always getting our nice overlapping petals. And we're caught on the back. And I am going to let my needle just do a detangle, spin around in the air. Not detangle, just sort of detwist. Take a bit of tension out of it. And then we'll pop around from about here, I reckon. Pop up. Bring our thread down and then start another 19. Can feel a little knot there. Okay. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, that's what happens when I don't concentrate. 6, 7. 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Good go. Okay, just twisting it around where it needs to be, pulling it through, pulling, pulling it through. Okay. Positioning it as always, just making sure that the twists are all going the same direction where you want them to go. Gets too tight, just loosening it up a little bit, and then taking the needle back down into the thread into the fabric where the thread already is. And then I'm going to pop up inside that petal. I think we'll do another 2 petals then. Okay, take that there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, oops, and gone too far down on that one, 17, 18, 19, Oops, I think I almost pulled my thread out. Nope, we've still got it. We're going to hold on to our cast-ons. Going to bring our needle through and not de-thread our needle, hopefully. Hopefully we won't get too many knots. We're going to have to change thread anyway because we won't have enough for our next petal. Okay. Now we've got our petal through. Again, make sure we're happy with how it's looking, and then we'll stitch it down in place, and then we'll have to tie off on the back because I'll need to get some thread for my last petal. That's exciting. So few stitches on the back and so many exciting stitches on the front. Oops, thread caught. Needle unthreaded. I'll just do a simple tie off. Oops, and nope, there we go. I think that should be fine. Maybe I'll just do one more knot just to be sure. Can't be bothered rethreading my needle at this point. I'll just tie the knot using the tip of the needle. Okay. Okay, so let's get our light coloured thread, which is over here. I was thinking, where has it gone? Please don't let it have rolled off my table. No. Got a little knot at that end, so I'm just going to cut the knot off for time's sake. At least we've got lots of chatting time again. It's been 2 good nights of chatting, I hope. Hopefully there's someone there. No, you ladies never fail to disappoint me. I've always got some lovely folks. You come back night after night. I'm honestly still absolutely amazed. Seriously, truly. I really thought it would be me stitching alone, and then when I tried that first premiere, I was like, no, surely no one will want to come and watch and chat. But it's so nice. Absolutely makes my day, warms my heart. Just, yeah, you guys absolutely are the best. You really are. You guys, it's not a very nice way to say it, is it? You lovely folks, that's what I'm going to say. 3. And I'm going to have to count as well, so I'll stop waxing lyrical about you all. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oops, I've gone too far. At least you're seeing what happens if you go too far. You just bring it back, get a little blunt needle and bring it back. And now I've got the problem that I've forgotten how many stitches I've done, but I'm just going to do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, I think. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so we will pull through. And then we'll position that one just down here. And then, because I think we're at the 18-minute mark, we might come back and we'll do the leaves, because we've got to do, I think, 4 leaves in total. 2 leaves there and 2 leaves there. So we might come back and do that in tomorrow's video, I think, just so that this doesn't go past that sort of 20-minute mark, which I think is enough for a daily stitch along, and it will be taking you a bit of time to get that done. So thanks so much for watching, and come back tomorrow and we will do the leaves. Thanks everyone. Bye.